Let me just state for the record that this is by no means a complete list. Instead, these are the celebrity deaths that hit me the hardest during 2021. Some of these folks are quite well known and others, well, they're not. But in all cases, at some point in my life, I was entertained by each and every one of these talented people. After a bizarre premature announcement of her death on January 3rd, Tanya Roberts did actually pass away the following evening on January 4th. The cause of death of the former Bond girl and star of Charlie's Angels was that she'd developed a urinary tract infection that quickly advanced to sepsis and became deadly. In early January 2021, Dustin Diamond, who gained fame as Screech on the Saturday morning TV show Saved by the Bell, was diagnosed with extensive stage 4 small cell carcinoma of the lungs. He completed one round of chemotherapy, but then later on died from the disease on February 1st at an all too young age of 44. Christopher Plummer, the star of movies like The Sound of Music and Somewhere in Time, died peacefully at his home on February 5th, 2021 at the age of 91. According to his wife, he died 2.5 weeks after a fall that resulted in a blow to his head. Johnny Crawford passed away peacefully with his wife by his side on April 29th. In 2019, it had been announced that he was suffering from Alzheimer's disease, which had progressed to the point where he was needing 24-hour care. Billie Hayes passed away on April 29th. She was 96 at the time of her death. Billie was one of those actors who didn't just play a character. She would transform into them. Tawny Kitaen died at her Newport Beach home on May 7th at the age of 59. A few months later, the Orange County Coroner's Office would announce that the official cause of death was dilated cardiomyopathy, a common type of heart disease. On May 29th, we were all forced to say bon voyage one final time to Gavin MacLeod, the actor who starred as Captain Merrill Steubing on the classic TV show The Love Boat. No cause of death was provided at the time of his passing. He was 90 years old. And on the same day, B.J. Thomas passed away due to complications from lung cancer. You know, when I think about B.J., I think of songs like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head and Somebody Done Somebody Wrong song. Actor Clarence Williams passed away after battling colon cancer on June 4th, 2021. The son of a professional musician and an actress, it seemed like Clarence was always destined to end up entertaining. Of course, I remember him best as Link on the Mod Squad. Man, was that dude intense and cool and tough. Yep, Lincoln Hayes wasn't someone you wanted to mess with. Growing up, one of my favorite TV shows was WKRP in Cincinnati, so it was with a super heavy heart that I acknowledged the passing of Frank Bonner, who played the radio station's ace salesman, Herb Tarlek. Frank died on June 16th, due to complications from Lewy body dementia. My mother suffered from that disease. So did Robin Williams. It's not an easy way to go. On July 11th, actor Charlie Robinson, best known for playing Mac on Night Court, passed away. He'd been battling metastatic adenocarcinoma, a really nasty type of cancer that affects the body's glands. Ron Popeil died on July 28th. He had been taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center a day earlier for an emergency. While no cause of death was provided, later on it was determined that he'd suffered some sort of brain hemorrhage. At the time of his passing, Ron, who was, in my opinion, the greatest TV salesman ever, was 86 years old. I woke up on the morning of August 8th only to find out that one of my favorite actresses from the 80s had been taken from us. Apparently, Markie Post had been battling cancer for the last 4 years, and on Saturday, August 7th, she lost that fight. At the time of her death, Markie was just 70 years old. The news of Ed Asner's passing certainly wasn't welcome news. He died on August 29th. From what I understand, this one wasn't due to cancer or anything like that. He was 91 years old, and apparently it was just his time. News outlets reported that when he slipped away, he was surrounded by those folks who loved him the most. I guess it doesn't get any better than that. Gavin OHara, the son of Oscar-nominated actor Dan OHara, and the first of 2 Chuck Cunninghams on Happy Days, left this world on September 15th. He was just 70 years old. While no cause of death was announced, the family did say that it wasn't COVID related. I really love this guy in Lonesome Dove and in Willow. Well-known child star and Disney actor Tommy Kirk passed away on September 28th. The cause of death wasn't disclosed. He was 79 years old. And it was with an extremely heavy heart that I shared the news on October 16th that actress Betty Lynn, who played Thelma Lou on The Andy Griffith Show, had passed away peacefully after a brief illness. She was 95 years old. Betty, along with Ron Howard, was the last remaining member of the principal cast from that classic show. Best known as Carmine, the Big Ragusa, on the classic TV series Laverne and Shirley, actor Eddie Mecca passed away peacefully at his home in Southern California on November 27th. He was 69 years old. And lastly, and I say lastly, even though it's the middle of December, because I'm hoping there aren't going to be any more this year, Michael Nesmith, beloved member of the legendary musical group The Monkees, died on Friday, December 10th. Heart failure was the culprit. Michael was 78 years old. Hey, thank you for spending a few minutes with me today, remembering a handful of the wonderful entertainers that we lost during 2021. If you found this video interesting and informative, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.